Welcome back. After decades of research, the treatment of rare diseases is entering an era of great hope. I caught up with Dr. Julia Haller and Laura Manfrey to hear about the research and potential treatments available for inherited eye disease. Take a look.
Inherited retinal eye diseases, and retinal diseases in particular, are disorders that are transmitted from parents to their children and cause blindness. And the exciting news is that we're on the cusp of a whole new era with these diseases. Research and medical advancements are now progressing to the point where we're enrolling patients in clinical trials, looking at how these diseases progress, and in the future, treating them.
Well, let me follow up with that as far as what does genetic testing have to do with this area, and what role does it play in the clinical research?
So genetic testing is the crucial first step for patients with inherited retinal disorders. We need to be able to find out what genetic defects are present in order to put patients in clinical trials and ultimately to be able to treat those disorders. So gene testing is what we're here to talk about today, and to let people know that it's widely available, and to tell them about resources like the website sharedvision.com, which is sponsored by Spark Therapeutics, and informs people about many of the resources for them that are out there.
And Laura, let me bring you in here as the founder of Sofias Sees Hope. Talk about your organization there. What is the mission of Sofias Sees Hope?
Sure. So the mission of Sofias Sees Hope is to raise money for research, and we also raise money to provide access to free genetic testing programs so more families can get tested today. We also provide a lot of education and outreach. A lot of families don't understand, and sometimes even their medical practitioners may not understand just how important it is that they get a genetic diagnosis, even if there's no treatments available today. The best way to really accelerate the research and for families to participate in this and to move it forward is the very first step is just to start with that genetic testing. So that's important to us. It took us 7 years to get a genetic diagnosis for our own daughter, and it no longer has to take that long. A lot has changed now, and it's much more accessible. It moves much faster. So our mission is to get the word out and make it possible for other people with rare disease and rare inherited eye disease to obtain their genetic diagnosis.
Yeah, I can see how your group would be really excited about this new breakthrough and genetic testing. But talk a little bit about, for people out there, how it's going to help them.
Sure. So if you want to be available for a clinical trial or someday be able to access treatment, you can't do that unless you actually know exactly what your disease is. So you need to know what the genetic mutation is exactly. And then once you have that, even if there's no treatment available today, you can still participate in natural history studies. You can keep your eye out for clinical trials, and you can participate in a lot of things that are happening in the industry and with the research, advocacy, et cetera, to help accelerate and move that research forward.
Dr. Haller, how is this program different than, say, 23andMe or Ancestry.com?
Well, it's different. It's similar in that you're looking at genes. Those widely available types of testing have really actually brought public awareness to a higher level. So they're good from that standpoint. They tend to tell you more about your ancestry, some of your ethnicity. You may hear people talking about being partly Neanderthal. Those are big picture pieces of the genetic code. What we're talking about with these disorders, though, are more specific testing, looking at actual mutations at the genetic level that are responsible for particular inherited retinal diseases.
Truly amazing. What a time to be alive, I continue to say when I hear about things like this. So where can our viewers go to get more information about this program?
They can go to the website sharedvision.com, which is sponsored by Spark Therapeutics. That will link them to a host of other websites, including the one that Laura's foundation runs.
And a special thanks to Spark Therapeutics for bringing us that information.